Hey everyone, it's Patty from pspapercrafts. Thanks so much for joining me on another Friday Fun Fold video. Today we are making a triple balcony fold card. This is my inspiration calendar, which I send to anybody who subscribes to my email list. So if you want to do that and get this each month, you can subscribe. There's a link below. Next week we'll make a step fold card. So I do color combos on Thursday, so you can look at my blog for that. I always do a video on Friday with usually a fun fold card, sometimes a technique, and then I do sketches on Wednesday and Saturday. And then I just have some ideas to get you to make your birthday cards and just try different things. So again, if you want this, just subscribe below to my email list. And so this is a triple balcony fun fold card. So there's three of these, and isn't this so cute? And it does fold if you want to put it in your envelope. It does. It's a medium-sized envelope will work. It's an A2 size card, and it is a top folding, so it flips up this way. But I think these are so cute. The stamps that I used are from the Peekaboo Forest, and there are matching dies, or coordinating dies, I should say. And it's really cute because the dies that cut out the little guys, little critters, if I can get them out, they actually cut so that there's a piece below and their paws will hang over. So it kind of cuts up and there's a piece behind it, this piece, that you can attach to put it in this little tree trunk. And there's this cute woodpecker. So it's a fun set. It's great for kids' cards or animal lovers. So these are what I use for this. I use my new favorite, The Right Words, Happy Birthday from that. And then on the inside, someone worth celebrating every single day. So I thought that was cute. This is Coastal Cabana, the card base, and the balcony pieces. And then I went back to the Nests of Winter, and that's where this fun pattern paper and this kind of birch paper is from, this designer series paper set. This was carried over from the last annual catalog, and I love this paper, so I used it the other day as well. But see these? They just have all these. There's a lot of pieces to cut. So on this one, we are going to use the Celebratory Sips designer series paper. And then there's the Cheers and Sips stamp set and coordinating dies. And this is a fun set. And, you know, if you don't drink, it's, you know, you could use this as lemonade, iced tea, punch. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, alcohol if you want to get this set. I mean, look at this. It could be sangria or it could be fruit punch, whatever you want. So don't feel like, you know, it's a problem to have this set paper, because I think it's really cute. This is actually what we're doing the Spring Fling Retreat with, which we've already closed, so you can't sign up for it, but there's some really cute cards that we made using that. My friend Anne Varillo and I, she's another demonstrator, and we do kind of a quarterly retreat. So I have the pieces, and I decided to use, there's a lot of pieces here, and I'll give you the measurements. Don't worry about writing them down here if you don't want to. I'll have a project sheet and a link below in the description. There'll be, a couple of paragraphs, and then there'll be all the links to my blog, to the project sheet, to my online store if you want to purchase these products. So these papers are from that designer series paper. And I cut this. This is 3 3/4 by 5, and we're going to lay it on a 4 by 5 1/4, and then on the card base. So this card base, I call it a top folding. Some people call it a hot dog, I think. So this is 11. So it's a half a piece of 8.5 by 11. It's just cut at 4 1/4, and then scored and folded at 5 1/2. Okay, so let's just make sure this is folded nice. We'll just burnish it, and then we'll add these layers to it. Let me get my Seal Plus, and this is great, and we're going to use this in the card today because I don't know what to call it. I call it color blotches, but they're great to make a glass of some kind of drink by stamping right on it. It's really cool. So let's do this. Can't believe I'm wearing long sleeves. I don't know what happened to spring. We're back to winter. Yesterday, I think the high was like 46 or 48. Today we're in the 50s, but it's raining. It's been raining all week, but we need it. So that is that piece, and then we'll do an inside. Then you're going to have 3 of these, whatever cardstock, and you can make it, you know, a different color, the same color, whatever you want to do. This piece, you'll need 3 of these, and these are 6 1/4 by 1, and then we're going to score it at 1, 2, 4 1/4, and 5 1/4. And that's going to make this kind of balcony piece. I've already done 2 of them, so let's do this live, and then I'll bring in the other ones that I did, because I did some of the work, because it's a lot of little pieces and gluing them together. So we're going to score this at 1. And then we're going to move it over to 2. Four 1/4. And this piece is 6 1/4, so it's, you could flip it and do 1 and 2 again if you want. It's really an inch, and then so 4 1/4, and then 5 1/4. So it's really an inch, an inch, an inch, and an inch. I hope you can see that. Okay, let's put this aside. I think we're done with this actually. And then we're going to just fold this, and this is going to become this piece. Okay, so we have 3 of these. All right, and then what we're going to do is cut a piece of white, and the white is, you need 3 of these. These are 2 1/8 by 7/8. And then a designer series paper is 2 by 3/4, and that's going to sit right on here. So let's do these, and then we'll get to all the other pieces. So you need 3 of this, 3 of this, and 3 of this. Okay, and then this is going to sit right on here. And I think I might use liquid glue for the next ones. So everything is just a little bit, oh my goodness. Yeah, I used liquid glue when I did this one, and I think I'll use that again, because you want it to be straight and equal border around it. Let me just pull this up a little bit. Okay, then you need 12 of these squares, and these are white pieces that are 7/8 by 7/8. And then you need 12 designer series paper, and these are 3/4 by 3/4. And if there's a pattern, you want your pattern to kind of look, this is kind of a, the pattern is there, but it's kind of hard to see it. And I don't think it would matter. This one, you would definitely want to go this way. You don't want some pieces up and down and some pieces this way. Okay, so we are going to get our liquid glue out, and we'll just adhere each of these squares to the white square, and then we're going to adhere them there. Okay, and this is a fun card. These are squares, so it doesn't matter, you know, which way they go on. I feel like this is crooked, so we'll just fix it. And that's the beauty of the liquid glue, is you have that little bit of time to maneuver it. And we'll just do all 4 of these, and then we'll add them to that strip. So I think this is a fun card. I've seen some where they don't open. One of the ladies that I watch, Jan B, I think she's from the UK, so she makes different size cards. She makes a lot of a lot of 5x7 cards, so I always have to adjust it. She has great ideas. I love watching her. She's very talented, but I like to make it in our A2 size. In the US, that's usually what we do, so they fit in our medium size envelopes. So I watch her, and hers did not open. She had, this was just one layer, and then she had this piece back here. So you can do it that way as well. And then we'll just put these on each of these areas and make sure that the pattern is going in the right direction. All right. We'll just do each one of these. So tomorrow I'm going rafting with my son and grandkids down the Delaware. And I'm like, it's cold. The water's going to be cold. It's going to be very fast moving. I'm right on the Delaware where I live. I mean, I don't have access to it, but it's right, my community's on it. And it's really moving fast, and it's going to be cold, so I'm a little nervous. My little ones were going to come, but they're not. I think they're too little for it. My 2 and 4, so we'll leave them home. The 7 and 9 will come. All right, so this is going to sit here, and with the magic of TV, I already have 2 other ones. So I almost used cloud cover. So this is our new Secret Sea, and then this color in here is cloud cover. So I was kind of back and forth on what colors to use, and I thought this dark was good against the white, and this was good against the dark. But you can use, you know, of course, whatever papers you want. And I think I'll start with the middle. The thing is, you don't want things hanging too high up here. So we'll have to play with it. I'm going to do some drinks on it, so you might want to figure that out first, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try to get this in the middle. So you're just going to put glue on these end tabs and put these down kind of centered. I'm going to move it down here so I could see. And then you want to have these, and then the top one. So you might want to play with it a little bit depending on what you're going to put on it. Like what kind of, I'm going to put glasses on this with drinks, like that kind of thing from this paper. So let's do this. And we'll put this on here. And I am really loving this, the cloud cover and the Secret Sea. They're great neutrals. Okay. So this is it. And then it opens like this, and we'll do the inside later. So let's put this on here and figure out our pieces. So there's this, what I talked to you before about the, I call it the blotches. This is great for using the stamp, this stamp. I mean, you can die cut this stuff right from the paper, but I like to stamp it like this, and then you have these colors. So we're going to make 2 of them like that. Let me get, I'll use Secret Sea. I thought the tall glasses would be too tall for this card. I think they'll be like way up there. I'm hoping these are good sizes, but we'll see. It may be a, and you just want to have a little white above it. I think I'll do this one. Okay. The other alternative is, let me show you the paper again. There is this sheet, which I've done, and you can use the dies to die cut some of these. Okay, so this will die cut this, and this will die cut this, and then you have this fun die that gives you kind of like a textured glass that you can put inside of here, and it will just add texture, almost like embossing to that. But we're going to just use this die and this paper, and then we're also going to use some dies and cut out some fruit, because I didn't realize it would do that. So we'll do that as well, and then we're going to fussy cut for the inside. So let me get my die cutting machine. And this is really inky. Look at that. Ooh, I'm gonna have to put that aside. I don't want to cause a problem. We're gonna have to run this through twice, but that's okay. And my top sheet. Okay. So we'll have one glass, and then we'll have another one. And you could probably fit the tall one if you put it on the bottom, but I think these are nice. And this looks like some nice lemonade, maybe raspberry lemonade, something like that. Think summer, even though it's cold. Okay. So now we have our glasses, and then I want to cut some of this fruit out. And I want to show you, there's you could stamp the orange and all of these you could stamp. There's ice cubes, you could make an umbrella. So there's lots to do on this. I am going to, just to make it kind of fast, I'll die cut from this sheet. I didn't think this would work, but it does. You can die cut the strawberry and the orange or lemon. Is it an orange or a lemon? Maybe it's a lemon. I'm thinking it's an orange. And you can also do this kind of sprig. I don't know if it's supposed to be like mint. There's a die for this as well. There's all kinds of things. Let's die cut a bunch. This is going to be maybe a little bit cut off at the top. Let's see how that works. We'll do the strawberry. I feel like the strawberry is going to have a lot of white around it. And then let's see if this will work too. And then we can decide what we want to put. Look at that. I love it when they do that. So you can stamp all of these, or you can just use the paper, or you can even fussy cut. I do a lot of fussy cutting of things from the paper. Okay, let's put the top plate on and see what we end up with. It's always good to play and kind of come up with how you want to make it. Because I always make the first card, but then I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the second card. So you're learning or doing it, designing it with me. All right, so this is that. And then, yeah, this got cut off a little bit, but we could probably fix that. We've got this, this. And when the strawberry's got a little bit of white around it, let's see what we want to use. I'll put this away. And let's get our card and kind of figure it out. So I also wanted to put a sentiment on it. Let's see. We want to make sure that when it folds down, we're not too far out. maybe that can go like that. And then an orange or a strawberry. Maybe we'll do a strawberry. I'm going to just cut this down a little bit because I feel like it's off a little on the hair. So we'll just cut it a little bit. And I feel like I got a little point here. I don't want a pointy strawberry. Okay, so let's do that. There's these pieces as well. Let's see. What do you think of that? We have to move it over a little bit. Okay. And let's put these aside and this aside because I do want to get the sentiment. So the sentiment I chose is cheers. And we'll see how that's going to look. I'll do that in the secret C. It's almost like a black, but it's a pretty black, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to stamp it here, and then we'll cut this down. Let me get my trimmer. Cut it this way. So I'm not going to have a measurement for this. Just cut it down to fit the word. And we'll have to figure out where we're going to put that. So as we assemble, do we want the cheers here? And this here? All right, I wish I was live because I could ask you what you think. All right, let's do that. I'm going to put this on here. I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom because I want this top to be able to move. Okay, and let's put this down with dimensionals. And you could probably put this down here. Would that be better? What do you think? That's what I did down here, but these guys are behind it. I kind of like it down here. So play with it, whatever you like. I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on this, and then we'll work around it. So this is going to go here. Cheers. So I'm thinking of, if you guys ever watched Cheers, you know, Norm just passed away. So sad. Do you remember that? You'd walk in and everybody would say, Norm. So sad. All right, let's put this down. That was a show that was in my time. We'll put a little strawberry there with it. I don't know, whatever, however you want to decorate these is fine. I don't know if that looks silly or not, but, and then we want to make sure when it goes down. Okay, so let's put these down also with dimensionals. And you have to be careful where you're putting the dimensionals because you don't want it to, you just want it to stick down here. So whether you use dimensionals or glue or seal or whatever, make sure that it's only covering here. Okay, so that should be good. And then this one, we're going to put the dimensionals up here. So just pay attention to where your card is sitting, where you want to have your dimensionals. It's going out a little bit. Let's see if we can move this. Sometimes you could lift these guys up if you didn't really let them sit for too long. It's going over a little bit, but I think that's okay. The envelopes are always a little bit bigger, but I feel like it's got to go higher. Sorry, it's just playing, right? Maybe this is the way to do it. Well, that looks kind of silly. All right, we're going back to where we had it before. And I think it will fit in the envelope, because there's always a little bit of extra room. And actually, you could do it this way. What am I thinking? You could do it like this. So let's move this to where we want it. All right. Okay. So yeah, you could make this go this way and this way. And I know it's a little bit high, but I think it will fit okay. Or maybe don't put that sprig in. All right. Wow. We good? Cheers. Okay. So that is that part. Let's do the inside. Getting carried away there. And I thought we would do, thought we would fussy cut one of these out, and I kind of like this one. So we're going to just, I mean, you could even put like the picture of lemonade there. And I'm not going to include the strawberry. I'm just going to fussy cut this little glass. Let me just do this. And we'll just kind of come up and down. Okay, so that's just going to come down here. You could do a couple of them if you want. And then we're going to use Let's Celebrate and It's Your Day. So let's do It's Your Day. Let's celebrate. I want to do It's Your Day first. It's Your Day. And then let's celebrate. This is really an inky ink. It's all over my, is it freaking you out that I have this all over the side? Oh boy. Okay. And then we can just adhere this with some glue. And there's lots of, I just have this little piece here, but there's a whole big 12 by 12. There's pictures, there's bottles, there's whatever you want to do. So you can do more than that. And then let's put this on. And I didn't really add any bling to this, and I'm wondering if I should to this. Let's see. You might want to do the inside first. It's a little, but that's okay. All right, should we add some bling? Let me get some bling. So I have some of these strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. And let's just add a few of these. I think I'll do a big one down here. And then a big and a little one. Well, that is a little one up here. Okay, I'm kind of, probably should have put this over a little bit, but I think it's okay. All right, so these are the cards. These are the triple balcony fold card. And this is a kid's, I would say, birthday, happy birthday to someone worth celebrating every single day. And then this is cheers. It's your day, let's celebrate. So you can make this a birthday card, graduation, whatever you want. But aren't they fun? And they would stand up like this. So this is what it looks like, this, and it's fun. All right, so again, next week we will make a step fold card. So come on back, and I'll see you in a week. Have a good one. Bye.